What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team SWARTZ. I'm Sergeant First Class SWARTZ, your full-time New York Army National Guard recruiter and part-time drill sergeant with the Recruit Sustainment Program. And I'm accompanied here with our mom with Specialist Parkman, Marty.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
Right.
I've heard amazing things about you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's an honor.
So I try. I love helping people out and providing any type of information that people seek or have questions about or concerns. And one of the concerns I get all the time are from parents or family who have their loved one who's joining the service. So when she first approached you about it, like, what was your initial thought?
You know, I mean, I didn't come from a military family. And I have a son who's a couple years older than Hagen, who that's all he ever wanted to do. And I thought he would do that for sure. And I remember him telling me, you know, of course, as a mom, you're nervous and you're scared. I have the most, utmost respect for anybody in the military. So when my son first approached me, I was like, I'm going to support you no matter what you do. And he's like, Mom, would you rather be miserable in an office job or be happy doing what I love? And I'm like, happy doing what you love. But you're still scared because you're a mom. You want to protect them. And so
You always want what's best for your children.
Absolutely. And you do. You want them happy. And Hagen had a great job out of college, and she was great at it. And I thought, this is great. This is going to lead to all these things. And I remember her coming and talking to me, and she's like, you know, I've always been interested in crime scene investigation and FBI, and my mind is reeling. I'm a flight attendant, so I fly with a lot of military pilots, and so I'm asking every question possible. I'm like, what do I tell her? What do I do? I didn't click notes version. You know, what page in the book of parenting is that in?
Yeah.
What do I tell her? And all I knew to tell her was, I just said, I don't want you to ever look back and have any regrets. You're young. You're not married. You don't have any kids. If this is something you want to do, do it. If you look back in 4 or 5 or 6 years or however long the commitment is, and it's not what you want to do for a career, then at least you don't have regrets. And you've done what you wanted to do. And of course, you know, as a mama, our philosophy is always like, you never know where God's going to lead you, like what door it's going to open. And knowing her and knowing how, if number one, if you tell her she can't do something, she'll do that and more. And I knew right then if I said no, she would have already enlisted, you know. So she is definitely, you know, my child that does not like to be told no. So I knew that wasn't an option as a mother. So, but I was proud of her. You know, I never in a million years I think she would do that, but I knew she would give it 110%. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you supported her decision, because oftentimes, as a recruiter, we do run into some parents that, you know, manipulate their child who is now 30 years old, thousands of dollars in student loan debt, and all these crazy things that tell them, no, I don't want you joining, and they, as a result, don't join. So I'm really glad
Well, I mean, it's her life. It's not my life, you know. And like I said, I would rather her be happy and follow her passion, and whether it turns out like she wanted or thought, that's her path. It's not mine. And I will hopefully always support my kids in all the decisions they make if they want to do. And I just know her dedication and drive and commitment, and it's 110%. And I'm not just saying that because you just talked to her, but she really is that way. I mean, she's very, very committed and very focused, and she loves taking care of other people too and helping people. So,
I can tell from her posts.
Yeah, she is.
She's doing great things.
She's relatable, and you know, people feel like they know her, and you know, they look at her like, if she can do it, I can do it. It's like, because you think, okay, it's got to be man, I've got to be this, I've got to be this, and I love that there's women in the military. You kind of break those boundaries, and you know, as wellness, whatever you put into something, you get back tenfold, and I think that's what she's trying to do.
I'm a huge believer in that, by the way.
Yeah.
What you put into something is what you get out of it.
Yeah. If you go into it and you're like, oh, I don't want to be here, you know, my parents made me, or I don't have another, whatever the feeling is of whatever job you're going into, you just got to go, you know what, I'm going to give 110%, and you always get that tenfold what you put into it.
So when she was in basic training, not so much in EIT because you get to talk to her every night then, but while she was in basic training, having that restriction of not being able to call or text or whatever, how did you handle that?
We did it all 5 months, by the way. We only began 35 months.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we didn't get pump over anything.
I will never forget, first of all, as a flight attendant, I was able to take her to the airport.
Okay.
So I got to walk in through security and take her, and we were sitting there, and we noticed a couple of the people with the little packets, and we started talking, and then it was like like everybody just started kind of congregating around because I was the only mom that was there.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, mom hugs before you go. And I'm crying and they're getting on the plane. And I'm just like, I told them, I said, these are the people that are going to be your lifelong friends because you're going to share something that you will not share with anybody else. So, I mean, for any mother out there, like it was so hard for me to do because you're letting go and you have zero control. And, I used to tell everybody when they're little, I could put those little plastic things in the light sockets and they won't shock themselves. Well, now she's off on her own. I can't do anything about it. So, you get that first phone call and she warned me. She's like, it's going to be very generic and very basic, but I'll let you know that I'm there at 2 o'clock in the morning. And, the minute I hung up, I was crying. I'm like, I should have invested in Kleenex and FedEx because I shipped a lot of stuff and I cried all the time. But, just prayers, lots of prayers. And I trusted her. There was phone calls that were tough. There were tears. There were not being able to reach through that phone and hug her and help her. It makes me cry when I think about it. But she, as it went on, I could hear the strength in her voice and the confidence. And it's just tough in the beginning, just not being able to talk to your babies. But I knew she was safe. I knew she was where she wanted to be. I knew that she was there for a purpose.
And you wrote her every day, right?
We sent packages. Half of the stuff I think probably got thrown in the trash because I was like, all the time. They're like, is this for your mother? I don't even remember what was all in her packages, but I just, tried to throw love on her and share and send stuff for holidays and for her other people that were in her, troop and just, I tried not to be sentimental. I tried to just be positive and like as if she was just on a trip. Like, this is what we did today, this is what we're doing, and not be, try not to cry, try not to.
So you kept yourself busy as one way to cope with her being away.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, that helped a bunch. And just as it went on, it got a little easier because we could talk to her a little bit more. But in the beginning, it's tough. You just have to let go, as a parent. Yeah. One of the hardest things I think we do. And have faith. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is there anything else that you would tell another parent with their child going to training?
I think just like what you said, I think just supporting them, loving them, knowing that what they're doing is an honorable. I mean, I just can't even tell you how much respect I have for military men and women and the sacrifice. And no matter what your kids do, the more you support them, the better they're going to be and the stronger they're going to be. And if it doesn't work, then they'll figure that out, But to have supporting, loving family behind them, I think it's the greatest gift that you can give them. Yeah. So I probably cried a lot to my friends, probably more than she knows. But for her, I wouldn't trade anything about it because I see what the doors that have opened for her. And I know how proud she is, and I'm very proud of her. And of course, as a flight attendant, anytime we have military, men and women on the plane, I'm always hugging them. And I see kids going off to basic training with their little packets, and I know what they're doing because I've been there. And I'll stand at the end of the plane and give mom hugs, and they all hug me and cry. It's just, I'm just very proud. I'm very proud of her, and I think support's the biggest thing.
Now, as a recruiter, every time I run into a mom or dad who is like, hell no, my son or daughter won't join, by expressing to them who we are, what we do, and all the nuances of the National Guard, I'll get them from hell no to, all right, I don't like the idea, but I'll support the decision. And even if they don't support it, if they're old enough, they like someone like her who just does it anyway. Yeah. The parents always end up supporting them in the end. Yeah. So I've had recruits where they were upset that their family wasn't supporting them, and they didn't think that they would show up to graduation day and all that good stuff. And on graduation day, they're standing tall, looking proud, and their family actually show up, super proud of them, and their mentality all changes, and they see the positivity that comes out of this decision serving. So luckily for her and for you, you guys supported each other and all that good stuff.
We all have our own path, and as we get older, life is short, so you don't want to look back and have regrets. And I wouldn't have lasted 1 second. So I'm glad you didn't talk to me when I was 24 because I would not have done that. But for her, it's been a gift and a blessing, and I think it will just continue to do that as she gets older. And I'm so proud of her. And I'm proud she's recruiting now because I know that she's bringing in the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me and everything.
You.
Definitely.
Like a celebrity.
But I like how she said, have no regrets, because you will get older and you will have regrets no matter what, right? But You won't have any regrets on the things that you do. You'll have regrets on things that you did not do. So if you go to an elderly home and you talk to everyone who's pretty much on their last lifeline before they pass away, God rest their souls, they're always going to wish that they had done the things that they wanted to do and didn't for one reason or another. So if you're thinking about it, you have two things that you can say to yourself in life. I'm glad I did, or I wish I had. Make the right choice. So that being said, thank you so much, Marty,
nice
for joining me today.
Of course.
Definitely.
Anytime.
And do me a favor, like this video, share this video. If I don't see you down in the comment section down below, I'll see you in the next video.
Hold up! Wait a minute. Like this video and follow me on social. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out one of my other videos right over here. Just pick one. They're pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. I mean, I was in it. Spoiler alert. I teach you something. Just saying.